Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Brad.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2023 Honda HRV.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Small, sluggish, ugly, and cheap. As you may have already guessed, these four words are often used when describing our very own beloved Brad. However, it just so happens these same choice words are often used when describing the first generation Honda HRV, Honda's first attempt at the subcompact SUV. You can learn a lot from a first attempt, and so did Honda. So we want to know, do those same four words apply to this, the all-new, fully redesigned 2023 Honda HRV?
Wait, people don't actually think I'm cheap, do they?
This change has been a long time coming. The 2023 now holds the baton that the first generation HRV ran with from 2016 to 2022. With the redesigned 2023, you come face to face with an SUV that offers a longer wheelbase than before, 1.7 inches longer to be exact, as well as a wider stance. This can be chalked up to the fact that the 2023 HRV is no longer based on the much smaller Honda Fit platform, but rather is based on Honda's award-winning Civic.
Let's start with space, Jared, because many people thought the outgoing HRV was too small, and arguably it was. Yet although the new HRV is certainly larger on the outside, I don't want us to be deceived about what's going on inside because, Jared, we know it is what's on the inside that counts. So, does a larger exterior translate into a larger interior?
Well, the answer is yes. And no. It's sort of a half-truth. But we must remember what Alfred Tennyson once said. A lie that is half-truth is the darkest of all lies. So, where are things larger?
Who's that Alfred Tennyson guy?
Tennyson?
What did he do?
I think he was in MASH.
Oh, right, MASH. I loved him in that.
Was good
oh,
in that,
he was good in that, yeah. Where the new HRV offers more of that well-needed space is in the front, coming out of the gate with more legroom, headroom, and hip room. But the back is a different story. After all, it was the Honorable George Costanza who once said, "It's not a lie if you believe it."
Hold on. You're doing quotes now?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I'm the quote guy. Besides, what you said there makes absolutely no sense. The back seat takes sort of a back seat with regards to space. The new HRV offers less rear leg, hip, and headroom. That's probably because it's based on the Civic as opposed to the Honda Fit, which was a canyon of maximum space.
But Jared, it's not just space that they've taken away in the back seat. Whoever designed the rear seat is no respecter of the arm because there is no armrest back here, Jared.
Well, and no armrest also means no cup holders. Now, for me, that's not a big deal because I never eat or drink in my car, but Brad, I've seen your car. Anything goes there. So how will families like yours cope with no cup holders?
Well, Jared, to me, this is a big mistake. Granted, they do give you these tiny little pockets in the doors to put your water bottle or something, but overlooking the cup holder, horrible mistake, because it is, as the indelible Kingman Brewster Jr. once said,
All right, I'm gonna stop you right there.
All right, fair enough. Now, where I can give Honda points is that they did add in the rear seats rear heat vents, which is very nice. Mind you, if you need to cool down because it gets a little too hot, you can always take a sip from the water bottle you've been holding the whole time because there's no cup holders back here.
Can I have a sip?
No.
Now, as we've already mentioned, the 23 HRV is based on the Civic platform and no longer the Fit. That means the fuel tank is not in the middle of the car. And that means no more beloved magic seats. Truly a staple of ingenuity at Honda. They will certainly be missed.
And what say you about rear cargo volume? Well, Brad, Honda unfortunately does not offer power liftgate in the rear. However, when you open it manually, you are greeted and welcomed by Honda's impressive 691 liters of cargo space.
Now, the seats in the back, they fold almost flat, which is fantastic. But surprisingly, the 2023 has about 106 liters less space than the outgoing model. To give you an idea, that's more than this bin here. That's a lot of space.
That's also 100 of these. Yes, Jared, that is a lot of space. Now, all you Honda lovers out there, don't get too upset. That was probably the worst of it. There is good news, because you see, the second complaint about the previous HRV was that
Brad.
Yes, and Brad, was that it was too sluggish.
And that has improved, but only slightly, because the 2023 HRV no longer uses that 1.8 liter engine that the old Civics used to use. No, it uses the new Civic engine, but not the 1.5 liter turbo. It's the 2 liter naturally aspirated engine.
This offers drivers 17 more horsepower and 138 pound-foot of torque, but the 23 is a heavier vehicle, and that might not be enough to please some of its critics, especially with a 0 to 60 time of just under 10 seconds. However, Honda themselves has said that the new HRV is targeted to young first-time buyers and multicultural buyers. It's not intended for your F1 fanatics or your Honda fanboys. So sure, it doesn't have the horsepower of some of its competitors, but it's still all you need for somebody just looking for something with reasonable practicality and quality.
Now, the fuel economy hasn't made any drastic changes. The HRV two-wheel drive offers 8.3 liters per 100 kilometers combined highway and city, where the all-wheel drive that we have here offers 8.7. Now, despite what your father-in-law may say, no, you still cannot tow with the HRV. It's not meant for that.
And this brings us to our third point, ugly. Has Honda done enough to make this look good again? Has it injected enough Botox and lip injections to make this thing pretty? At first glance, the HRV doesn't look like a Honda at all. In fact, it looks very European.
I completely agree, but that seems to be Honda's MO these days. They don't want to compete with the Toyotas, Nissans, and Hyundais. Honda sets their eyes on the design and shape of more premium vehicles. The lines on this car look great. Honda's laser brazing gets rid of the plastic strips on the roof. And the HRV comes standard with LED high and low beam headlights.
The HRV also offers 17-inch alloy wheels on all models and a gray design on the Sport and EXL trims.
Now it's time to discuss the critics' fourth issue. Cheap.
Honda has given the HRV driver a nicer looking vehicle with soft touch materials, great standard features, and better looks. The vehicle itself doesn't look cheap, but neither does the price. What are you doing here?
Well, what's it look like?
I don't know.
Look, the Honda HRV, you know what it starts at?
No.
$28,730. You know what the competitors of it start at?
No.
Let me share it. Subaru Crosstrek, $23,995. Toyota Corolla Cross, $24,890. Volkswagen Taos, which technically is not a subcompact, $26,695. Hyundai Kona, $24,904. And the 2022 Honda CRV, $31,470. Do you know what the HRV started out last year?
I don't.
Let me share that with you. $26,200. That's a difference of $2,530. You know what you can buy for that much money?
I don't.
Well, let me tell you.
All right.
I put my settings on Kijiji in that price range, and let's see what we can come up with. Adorable Westie puppies.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
Oh, look, see that?
Commercial blender.
Oh man, I've always wanted, I could start my own business.
Well, or somebody with ambition could. What else do we got here?
What is that supposed to mean? Hey, oh my goodness, how many times have I told you about the old windmill?
You want
I
an
want
old
to install?
windmill? Well, it's the first time
Look
I
at
heard
that.
it. But,
Well, 2,500.
hey, a 93 Buick. Brad, that could be an upgrade for
Oh,
you.
listen, okay, come on. Now,
Leather couch. I've never been a leather couch used.
I don't know. A little overpriced, I'd say.
We should talk them down.
Talk them down. Gym equipment that you could use.
I could use a home gym.
You could use a home gym.
I could.
I'm probably pretty good, but
After failing to negotiate on a Bowflex, it was time to take the HRV for a drive. Well, Brad,
yeah.
here we are in the all-new 2023 fully redesigned HRV. Thoughts, first impressions?
Love it. A number of things immediately stand out to me, particularly as the passenger, since it seems like we've just given up on me ever driving.
Yes.
That's just given up. I mean, we could use a bit of a reboot, viewers, but immediately this jumps out to me. I got my own USB right here. It feels like my own private little one. I love it. I can be in my own little world, plugged in,
you're on an
charging.
airplane.
I'm like, that's right. And the materials, like, it feels good in here. These materials are something. Loving the dash here. So far, love it. Seats very comfortable.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I had a 2016 HRV. I had a red EXL, so the same trim level what we have here. And it was a loud car. This is a lot quieter than that one. So I do appreciate that. You said it. The seats are more comfortable. The layout, I mean, this is very Civic-like, and that makes sense. You know, why would you not use a Civic? That's a great looking car.
Yes.
But they did a really nice job. Yes. Again, comfortable seats. Soft touch materials here.
It is right here. It's so beautiful.
And they stuck with all your knobs and dials, and that I can appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's money well spent.
It looks really sharp. It feels amazing. So so off the bat, hey, I like it. Now, Jared, we have talked about price. We've had some fun with that. But one of the things that I'm blown away by is the list of standard features that comes with this.
That's Honda.
Could I read some of them to you?
Absolutely. Be my guest.
I think some of these are going to surprise you because this is standard we're talking about. Okay. Now, LED high and low beam. We've covered that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This one I'm very excited about. Windshield wiper de-icer. That's standard feature. Boy, would I love that. Maybe one day, eh, Jared? Maybe one day. Get up there.
Yeah.
Heated front seats, rear seat vents. We've talked about that. 7-inch display screen. What we have here is the 9-inch. Boy, does it look good, right?
The XL gives you that, and that gives you the wireless charging as well.
I just put my phone down
to
give it a nice little charge, Remote start, climate control, 7-inch heads-up screen for the driver.
Yeah, this is right here. Yeah, I like that. And what's interesting about the 7-inch display screen, it's kind of neat because you can see your navigation cues, your fuel capacity, your fuel range. It tells you a lot of neat things, but what I don't really understand is there's a sort of a privacy screen with it, whereas you as the passenger, you can't see what I'm doing there, which I would get, but what's weird is the analog screen on the right is my speedometer. So to me, it makes more sense to hide the speedometer so the passenger can't see how fast I'm going. I mean, nobody cares to see what wheel's getting the most torque.
Yes. That's the thing to hide. You don't want your why are you going over the speed limit?
Yeah.
My mom, kind of nitter-natter.
If my mom's in the car, she's always doing this.
Yeah.
Slow down. Right. She's grabbing everything. But I mean, nobody cares about all this information here.
I want to demonstrate for viewers how close I have to get to you for me to actually be able to see what you're seeing there. All right? You ready?
Wait, what?
Only right about here. Whoa.
Hold on.
Hold
on.
Whoa. Okay. Was that necessary? All the way over here. This
right, cars are coming. Do you mind?
For the viewers, I was demonstrating.
All right.
How close you got to get. But the secrecy thing's weird to me. It's like, would they assume you're looking at something dirty over there or something? Like, why has it got to be private?
Well, I think it's for the father-in-laws on this side of the car who are interested in everything going on here. It's the same guy that wants to know about the towing capacity on the HRV. Oh, what's going on? What's your fuel consumption now?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that would be annoying.
I think so. And so they want to block those guys from kind of being not a backseat driver, but more of a passenger seat driver.
The in-law enthusiast guard,
yes,
you could call it.
That is a safety guard for the in-law enthusiast. That keeps everybody safe. This is a nice area, by the way.
It is very nice.
Quite a nice area here. I'm thinking about buying a place out here.
Are you really? Yeah. But look at this. See, I would love a home like that. Badminton net in the front yard.
Yeah. A roof. Summer app.
The roof? That's what.
Well, yes. That's what you look for in a home.
It's a good roof.
That needs a new roof. That's
new roof.
The father-in-law.
Yeah. I'll guarantee you have them take a look. It's going to need a new roof. And then they'll go to the furnace next, I bet.
Yeah. Then they'll kick the foundation.
Yes.
They'll kick the foundation.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's going to fall apart.
But what's worse than the house inspection father-in-law is the father-in-law going to buy a car with you. Every car always needs new tires. That car there needs new tires. And you know what you call father-in-laws?
What?
Whistling gophers. You know
Whistling? No, why?
Because they always go, what's that gopher?
Wow. Okay, let it be known we have now moved into dad joke territory, have we?
The final frontier.
Okay, all right. I didn't know we were going there. I kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Well, you're always there. I kind of wanted to not
wanted
make
to
you feel
join.
left out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This interior, though, I gotta say, I mean, it is leaps and bounds ahead of, I think, what it was.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of that can be attributed to the Civic, it being modeled on the Civic.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's funny you mentioned the Civic because what's interesting is last year's Civic numbers actually went down, whereas do you know what car went up in sales?
What?
The HRV. So Honda knows a thing or two about the
okay.
segment, and despite what some people might think, it doesn't look like a Honda, it's really expensive. Yeah, I get all that, but Honda knows what they're doing. They've been in this segment for what, 8 years now? They got an idea of what they're doing, so I think they're on the right track in making this. They've put the bar up for this segment.
Now, if I had to, one complaint, you know, I don't like to be a complaining guy, but one complaint here would be, again, in the front where the cup holders are.
Yeah.
They're just a little too far forward, a little out of reach for me. Mind you, I love my little alcove here, but I'm kind of used to, boom, you got your coffee right here, right? And this is...
It's not, I mean, if I was parked, it would be harder. It's not, I don't think it's that bad.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
Okay?
It's not.
It's not the end of the world.
But I get what you're saying. The cup holders, they didn't do a very good job on the cup holders in this car. If I can make a complaint, I think that the money you spent on this car and the top trim model that you're getting for the EXL, they could have given you a bigger moonroof. One of those, you know, full-size moonroofs. This one's a bit small. You can see it there, viewers. I just think, that extra little bit would have helped.
Oh my God, it's my father-in-law. Hello? Oh, yeah. Yeah, listen, I'll call you back, though, because I'm just filming. I'm in the middle of something here. Okay, all right, see ya. You want to tell me about a great deal he got on a car, on a used car. That's what he's calling to talk to me about.
I bet you he's getting new tires.
Getting new tires.
He's getting new tires.
He got the tires thrown in.
Those brakes look a bit rusty. But otherwise, yeah, very comfortable. Good to drive, too. I mean, we're not on the windiest of roads, but it handles really, really well.
Taking these bumps in stride.
Yes, in stride.
No, this is a smooth ride.
And this here is the EXL, and thanks goes to Cambridge Center Honda for allowing us to use and trusting us with this car. But this is the EXL, and I'm looking at a nicely equipped vehicle. I have my real leather seats. I have, of course, a heated steering wheel located on here, and all the driving assist aids. And they're all fantastic. Honda does a great job at those Honda assist aids.
Now, speaking of driving assist aids, we have complimented Honda before on not being too pushy with the seatbelt thing, right?
Oh, thank heavens.
Thank heavens, exactly. But have they maybe got a little pushy with some of the driving assist aids in the car?
You know,
here?
It's funny you mention that. I've always thought that their lane assist warning, the lane keep assist, the warning bell, it's a bit, you know, it's like the backseat driver. It's going off all the time.
It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, hey, look out. I get it.
I get it. What, can we try this out?
You want to see?
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing how sensitive it is. And we're kind of on back roads here, so we can, you know.
Well, let's give it a go. Here I'm going to go straight, pick up some speed. It doesn't beep at you anymore, which is kudos to Honda. But how close do I need to get before it goes off? And it's, there we go.
Right there? Okay.
So my tires are basically on the line, so not as sensitive as it has been.
You can feel it in your hands?
It jiggles the steering wheel, and it gives me a little display here.
You know what? I like that for two specific reasons.
What's that?
Number one, sometimes the beeping, because I have it on my car right now, when passenger warning, it'll beep, and it kind of scares you. Like beep, beep, and you're like, whoa, which can be a little jolting.
Well, what about your Corolla? That thing's beeping for every reason. Low tire pressure, engine, oil change.
Yes, yes.
Well, back to those four words: small, sluggish, ugly, and cheap. The HRV is certainly larger than the 2022 model. It certainly has more power. It has a more sophisticated look, which makes it very, very attractive. And, well, it has better quality materials and a lot more features, especially at the entry level. The price is certainly higher than we would like, but it's obvious to see that higher price went into making a better SUV, possibly one of the best out there. It's too bad we can't say the same thing about Brad though. So with that, I give the all-new, fully redesigned 2023 Honda HRV my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. By the way, who said I was cheap? I want to know. I can be a big spender, okay? All right? I can spend with
Look
the
at that
best of them.
shirt.
Cheap. I'm
Cheap.
not cheap.
Your kid said it.
Kids!
Well,
Yeah.
I saw what they got for Christmas. We want to say a huge thank you to our friends at Cambridge Centre Honda in Cambridge, Ontario for letting us use this 2023 Honda HRV. If you're in the market for one, give them a call.